Yo, what's going on YouTube? And welcome back to Goal Line Hockey. It's your boy Kevin Forte, and we are taking a look today at the Los Angeles Kings. There seems to be a plethora of winger options, and the Los Angeles Kings seem to be seeking a winger potentially at this year's trade deadline or even in the offseason. We're going to be taking a look at some hockey inside sources, and we're going to be taking a look at the Los Angeles Kings. If you guys like what we're doing here at Goal Line Hockey, want to see the latest news around the NHL, more videos like this, guys, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and even bigger subscribe down below. I'll give you guys a second to subscribe and dislike or like the video. Okay, good. And let's take a look at the Los Angeles Kings. So, according to Dennis Bernstein and David Pagnotta, a couple known NHL hockey insiders, we have heard some interesting rumbles around the Los Angeles Kings. They find themselves right on the bubble of making the playoffs in the Honda West, so we may see a deal get done before this year's deadline, but there doesn't seem to be a rush, as a couple of these names you're going to hear, well, specifically one of them is going to be available this offseason. And especially with Seattle coming into the NHL, some teams may look to pry away some of their forwards to protect other assets, and the LA Kings will be probably more than likely wanting to bring in another forward or two. So they have that space, and they would probably like to do that. So, some of the names we've been hearing. The one big name we've been hearing is Ryan Nugent Hopkins. He's 27 years old, making $6 million. He's on the final year of his deal with the Oilers. He signed like a 5 or 6 year, I think it was a 6x6 deal with the Oilers back 6 years ago. And he's probably going to get paid probably between $6-7 million again. He's going to get a nice contract. And I think the Los Angeles Kings would be a great fit for him. He could play center. He could play the wing. Very versatile forward. And with the Kings, with where they're at right now, especially with their depth, he could fit in anywhere. And I think he'd be a really nice addition. He's 27 years old, so he's still just getting into his prime. I think this is a really good target for the LA Kings. He's going to come in at a pretty penny. And again, this is the thing. Do you wait till the offseason when he's a potential free agent, or do you sign him now? Or do you bring him in now, go on a cup run, and then try and extend him this offseason? You have first dibs on him, and maybe they do that. So we'll see what happens. But the LA Kings, if the price is right, don't be surprised if they start talking to Edmonton about a potential deal. The other guy we've been hearing, 26-year-old forward from the Nashville Predators, Filip Forsberg. Filip Forsberg has making $6 million for this season and next year. So he has a little bit more term than Ryan Nugent Hopkins. He's 1 year younger than Nuge, and he has that extra year on his deal, which I think would be quite attractive to the LA Kings. They could see what he does the rest of this year. They could potentially even, extend him this offseason with another year left on his deal, or wait till next year to worry about what to do. Filip Forsberg, again, another scoring guy. He can't play center the way Ryan Nugent Hopkins can, but he is a very prolific goal scorer. And if he gets his confidence back with a new team, I think Filip Forsberg could be had and a really nice asset to add for the LA Kings offense. Now this name is interesting because we're talking about a power forward that has struggled with the Detroit Red Wings, and he seems to be turning it around a little bit the past 2 weeks, so maybe teams show more interest in Detroit Red Wings forward Anthony Mantha, former first-round pick of the Detroit Red Wings back in 2015. Anthony Mantha is 26 years old. He does have a lot more term than the other two guys. $5.7 million per season for the next 4 years. So this year and another 3 years after this year. So Anthony Mantha is a good forward. He's going to be a guy that you might be able to get a little bit cheaper right now as he struggled a little bit. So this may be a good time to pry in on a guy like Anthony Mantha. He brings that power forward, offensive skill. Kind of reminds me of a poor man's Anders Lee. If he could get to Anders Lee, I think the LA Kings would be more than happy to have a guy like Anthony Mantha in their lineup. But his confidence has gone down a little bit. He struggled with some injuries earlier this year. So hopefully Anthony Mantha starts to get back on track. But maybe you buy him when he's low. And that may be something the LA Kings look to do. So that is it for this video. Guys, if you like what we're doing here at Goal Line Hockey, want to see the latest news around the NHL, you guys know what to do. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and an even bigger subscribe down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.